This is GDB Studio here with a new video today, and I really want to kind of stress the importance of being able to use free sample packs and free plugins to be able to create some pretty great sounding tracks or instrumentals. Not that anything I'm going to create in this session will be something that I would consider great, but I do want to show kind of what you can do with some of the free sample packs that are available. In fact, these two packs I'm going to show you are really old. I guess in this video I'm just going to focus on this Dr. Dre sample kit, but in the next video I want to show the Ninth Wonder kit as well. Now these sample packs are free and can be downloaded today. I'll leave the link for the Dr. Dre sample pack in the description below, but it's at I believe it's at freedrumkits.net, just like it says in the title. And as you can see, there's a lot of different things in here just in this one free kit. We got G Unit synths, like a 50 Cent sound, Eminem sounds, snares. I'll go and play these in a second. Dr. Dre samples, all sorts of snares, claps, kicks, hi-hats, 808s, 50 Cent, like I said, Tupac keys, all sorts of good stuff in here. And there's really unlimited potential kind of with these packs. Now you might need to modify and edit some of these samples if they're if the kicks has a delay, for example, or if there's something in there that you might want to do. So for the purpose of today, I'm just going to create a quick video. I know I don't want to rant too long, but here we go. Let's just take a couple of these. I'm going to find something that I like. Let's just use that guitar. Maybe a string of some kind. See, if we were to use something like this, there's a really hard cutoff here. So what you can do is open things in the audio editor, and say you don't want it to cut off so hard, you can just select some of these things near the end, and there's a little shortcut. If you press Alt F, might be different on a Mac, but there's a way to fade out. I think if you go to Tools too, you'll see it. There it is, fade out, Alt F for my Windows, and there it is. So now instead of that harsh sound, we have this. And it still kind of clips a little bit at the end, but you can even do it a second time if you're not satisfied with that. There, I'll try that again. And I really like that as the kick. So now we've just done a tiny little modification, and we've kind of made that sample our own. Here's another one that I kind of like. That it's almost like a rim hit on the snare. But if we open this in the audio editor, it has this weird second echo, and I just kind of want to get rid of that. And then it's going to be a shorter sample, but then we want to fade this out a couple times as well. And now that's almost too short, but we can use this still and just kind of get rid of that intro part, because you don't want your sample to start in a delayed way unless you're doing some kind of like future bassy kind of thing. Even then, I don't know. This would be kind of cool too, just to have in there. So I guess we can use this. I don't like it too much, but one thing we might want to do after we pick out all our stuff is send this all to the mixer state, and then we can add some reverb to whatever we want. That's straight from Changes by Tupac. So we got a kick though. Let's start this little kick. I'm gonna go down to like 85. Let's just say for the purpose of this video, it sounds like this. So this one also has that delay, and we're gonna do that again. I want to edit this. I don't like this whole delay right here. Bam, now it's our own sample. I recommend doing this with all your samples and getting them in organized folders. I'm not one to talk. I'm a complete hypocrite when it comes to having organized samples, but I'm really going to start working on that in the new year. So get rid of this one. I don't like you. Let's see what this sounds like. Just create everything on 2 and 4 here. I like to vary that volume, as you've probably seen in some of my older videos. Let's take this snare, and it needs reverb, so I'm just gonna take what I have here, select all of them. I think you can just double click that, yeah. And then, no, let's see, double click this. I just learned this trick recently, which is kind of sad considering how long I've been using FL Studio. But if we route these, starting from this track, we now have just automatically put all 7 of those into this mixer state. So even if you don't get anything out of this video as far as, making some dumb beat that I'm trying to do, these little tips and tricks with, audio editing and saving you time instead of going in one by one and doing this Control L or, hitting it on the mixer track there, which I used to do. This is going to save you so much time. And now we can even, for later purposes, we might want to route these to a drum bus. But for now, I'm just going to take this snare and route it over here to 101, say just a little bit, and throw a reverb on here. Let's just make it big, and we'll see how this sounds maybe. What about here? All right, so there we go. Now, before we do anything, this is so basic, I need to add something else to this drum pattern. I am going to go a little farther than, wow, I'm really wigging out here. I'm going to go a little farther than just putting one pattern here. I kind of want to construct the basic of a beat. So I'm just playing around here to find something that I like. Ooh. You know what? I just like that so much more. I hate to undo what I already did, but that sounds so much better. I really like this too. I think that's going to be one of our melodies here, so. Let's do that. Yeah, undoing everything I've done, but that's fine. Don't. I want that last one. Or I want that last one in another pattern, whatever. I really like that little right at the end with a lot of reverb. Alright, so we got ourselves a little drum beat. Let's label this. I'm trying to do New Year's resolution to be more organized and label things better in 2018. So, drums 1. Now, I don't think we should start the beat with that. I think we want to go in here with this Eminem synth or whatever the heck it is. New pattern, we'll call it Eminem. Sounds almost like a Barry sax. We'll just call it Barry. So let's make this thing the slapping part of this beat. Let's make this like a driving factor here. And I want to route it to the reverb, even though this is like a very, filler reverb thing. I don't usually route the drums and the snares and everything to the same reverb routing, but for the purpose of this video, it's fine. So oh my god, I don't know how to get this. If anybody knows how to get this thing to be permanently stuck here, please let me know, because it's been bothering me so much lately. Let's do this. I don't have my MIDI keyboard. I'm at home for the holidays right now. do that. Quarter step. It looks like it's really short regardless. Alright, so we got ourselves a little pattern. That sounds kind of cool. Slap that a little more. So what do we got? If we were to layer these two, if I was to put this as an intro and then just run it for a while and then throw that drums right on here when it comes in, boom. Let's throw some delay on here. Alright, so we got ourselves a starting beat. I really like how this is sounding already. It sounds kind of like funky almost. Now let's see if we can get some kind of like bass line. I don't know what we can do with just samples. Basses are really tough, or have always challenged me as far as getting a strong bass line with a sample like this. Ooh. Okay, this could be it right here. I got real lucky. So here's one of those things. They're using the loop points, which is right in between here. If we don't use the loop points, it's going to use the whole sample. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use the loop points, but I'm going to do what I did earlier and do that fade out. So I don't think we're going to need anything longer than that. So I'm going to replace it, and we're not going to need anything longer than that. So I'm going to take that drums 1 and I'm just going to make a new one, drums 2. This is one thing I like to do. I know every producer has their own kind of quirks and ways to do things, but this is one way to kind of just quickly copy what I have and make the more complex pattern. So, alright. Now, so it's not, we don't have an envelope going. I'm going to make an envelope. I'm not actually going to play with this enabling the main pitch because I didn't do that for the saxophone. But one thing you can do is enable the main pitch and choose where it's going to be so that you can actually line up the real note with where it is. Right now, I don't know if that's a C, but it is on a C. So if you were to actually use a plugin like a piano, excuse me, and do something like that, you'll be able to. It'll be easier for you to have those aligned to their actual note. So I'm gonna link this to the mixer track. God, this thing is so annoying. And lower it a little bit just in case it's loud. So I'm gonna make a little basic drum line here. Let's see what we can do. And then since this is drums 2, I want it to be a little more active. Just a little more active, nothing crazy. And then throw in this bass. So one thing I don't like is if I do this, it looks like it's in between a pitch. So just to make a quick adjustment, it needs to be a little higher. Not that high. I'm literally just using my ear for this, and it might not be the best way to do it. I don't know what I'm doing here right now. Just trying to mix it with the kick. Your bass and your kick really do matter when you're mixing. We clearly have a lot going down here, but we can do a hard cut off over here. I don't usually let my kicks have too much of this higher frequency, but this kick in particular seems to have a lot of that. So it does change the sound quite a bit, but it does open up more room for the frequencies of other instruments. And here it's the same way. I don't want this bottom one to have too much lows, but I do need it to have all the bass sounds. So maybe we can boost it around here while the kick will be around here. And I'm not going to do too much mix in here. This snare has a little too much reverb for my taste, but and then the last one that I'm going to throw in here is that, well, we already have it, the Eminem Barry sax. So this is our beat right now once we get here. Oh, okay, that's that last thing we need. We need that piano. And this does leave, I think the way I've mixed it so far does leave some room for like vocals, if you were to have like a rapper come in. Let's throw in this piano here, and then I'm going to call it a day for this beat. Where did he go? Dr. Jekyll. You might just want some quarter notes, honestly. Alright. Let's do this. Let's do that piano. A little to the right, because we got that one, that sax to the left. Some reverb on it. Drums come in. Okay. Okay. Here we go. See how this sounds. That bass is still low in my mind. It sounds a little bit too low. This is a little too late. Let's make those 2 adjustments and see if I am right. Alright, and there you have it. Anyway, I'm not that proud of this beat. Obviously, I haven't spent that much time on it, but I just want to show the capabilities of these free sample packs, because I feel like a lot of producers that I've talked to who are just starting out will always complain that, you know, there's a lot of barriers to entry and that it's expensive. And I hear you on that. It really is expensive to have a good laptop or a good computer and, you know, legal software and all sorts of other, you know, plugins, samples, and whatnot. But even if you don't want to pay the, you know, $7.99 for a month of samples from Splice, you can scour the web and find, you know, things like this that were released years ago. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave comments if you have any suggestions, or if you know how to get this thing back over here. God, I haven't taken too much time to troubleshoot the issue, but it is annoying. I want it to be permanently over there. I want this to be permanently moved to the right. Anyway, hope you guys had a good one, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to those of you celebrating, and I hope you guys have a good one.